Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and I've got to get my eBay store back on track.
Mountain Man, Mountain Man.
Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. Thanks for joining today. My name is Troy. I'm a reseller in Montana. I go to garage sales and estate sales. I go to thrift stores. I buy stuff and then I sell it again online. Mostly that's happening on eBay. And as I say that, of course, as soon as I start, my dog's right behind the camera deciding it's a good time to take a drink. Mountain dog, what are you going to do? I sell stuff on eBay, and over the last, I don't know, 4 days or so, maybe a little bit more than that, my eBay store has been pretty quiet. And you know what? I think it's largely self-inflicted. Now, there are things that eBay does that seems to slow down things. Then there's the economy is an easy answer, right? And I think there is some truth to that. But I think mostly this is something that I did. I slowed the things down. How did I do that? Well, I wasn't listing all that much. I've got an excuse, but I wasn't listing all that much because I was busy doing something else. And so I think this just goes to show when you're not listing on eBay, your stuff falls below the radar and it doesn't move, because we were doing really well until I got to that not listing thing, and then things fell off a cliff. So we're going to take a look at what I sold over the last, well, quite a few days, frankly, off of eBay, a couple days before the weekend, through the weekend, and after. And we're going to take a look at the reason that some of those sales were a little bit smaller than normal, because I actually, for the first time, set up an in-person booth. We set up at the Upcountry Vintage Market. I think final numbers came in. 3,100 people came through the doors at that thing, and we did pretty well. I took a few shots as we set the thing up, and then I actually got just one little clip when people were in shopping during the morning, just to kind of show you the kind of crowd we were looking at. And that's the kind of crowd we had pretty much all day. So let's take a look at all that, and then we'll come back here and we'll finish things up. Good group of things going out in this batch of mail. Nothing fancy. This guy certainly not fancy. It's an old Ken doll, but not an old Ken doll. I sent out an offer on him that was accepted, $8.98 plus shipping. This Yeti, we've sold some Yeti before. You guys know it's a great brand for resale. This is not anything that's you know, high dollar fancy. I mean, look, it's a straw and a lid. I mean, that's it. We've got a straw here and a new lid for a little tumbler. And it's sold for $14.21 free shipping. So there's still definitely money after that. I've got a hat going international, actually. A little strap back Dickies camo hat. This is headed to the UK. 27 Great British pounds. I'd have to run the conversion. I think that's right in the neighborhood of $33 or $34. So we'll be able to send this over for 15, 16, something like that. So definitely leave some money on the table. We've got a couple of these going out. One, I accepted an offer. I have a quantity listing. I think I now have one left, I think is what we've got. These, it's a backbone. It's for youth football. And I accepted an offer on this guy, 15 bucks plus shipping. But then somebody came in and bought it full price, which is nice. $22.39 plus the shipping. And then we've got a nice Barbie. This one, actually, Marlowe flip on a TNT body. This I sent out an offer because it's been sitting around for a little bit. Sent maybe $10 off, something like that. It was a pretty solid offer that I sent. And they accepted it, 65 bucks plus shipping for her, like that. And then a Coke Girl is going out. This one is cool. It's from the Refreshing Seaside Memories, Coney Island style. I don't know, never been to Coney Island. Is that reflective of the style back in the day at Coney Island? I don't know. Comes with a certificate of authenticity. Got an offer of 20 bucks. I countered at 22, and they accepted. Good batch going out today. Quite a few of them actually not listed for very long. One of them listed for just a handful of hours. I love those quick sales. These were not quick. They took some time. Remember, we sold the bright yellow ones the other day? Now we got some bright orange Converse Chuck Taylors with the black badge. Really cool shoes. They would have moved sooner had I not priced them as high as I did, but you don't see the bright colors like this super often, and so I did price them up. They're very clean shoes, and eventually I got an offer on them that I accepted, $55 plus shipping for those. Jimmy John's. We got this hat just a couple of weeks ago at the thrift store. Paid, I think this one was $1. And I told you then that restaurant shirts and hats tend to sell pretty well for me. And this one did move out pretty quickly. $9.98 plus shipping. We've got a G.I. Joe piece going out, the Cobra Stun. I was hoping to get a little bit more for this. The vehicle is inside there. So we've got the vehicle. It is not complete. It's missing these flags back here. There's two long flags. These tend to get pretty brittle, and that's what happened to the one, actually both of them that I found. I found the flags, but they didn't have the antenna portion of that, so it's missing those, and that might be it. I think that's all that we're missing are those. Otherwise, it's complete. I was hoping to get a little bit more for it, but it was a good enough offer that I was willing to accept. $72 plus shipping for Cobra Stun. We've got here by Mego, M-E-G-O. This is a micronaut, and he's actually missing, well, you can see he's missing an arm. He's missing feet as well. He's supposed to have accessories. You know, he's not all there. But these are relatively rare, and they're also pretty collectible. And so actually the guy that bought them said, or bought him, sent me a message, said, hey, if this is not a good enough offer and he doesn't sell, would you accept $10 for just the arm? All I need is the arm. So he's got another guy that he's trying to complete. But his offer was solid for the whole figure, $15 plus shipping for the Micronaut. So keep an eye out for these. You can tell just it's heavy. It's actually made out of metal. It's not plastic. So there's actually some heft to that figure. When you find figures like that are a little bit heavy, it's worth taking a second look. Here we've got this. You haven't seen this yet. I stopped at a itty bitty little sale, one of the first sales of the season, and this thing was sitting there along with another one and another remote control. It was $5 for the box. Now, these are older Fire Sticks, so they don't go for as much, but they sell very well. Easy to list, and will make a couple of bucks. This one paid for the whole set already, $9.89 plus shipping. Here we got this the same time as we got the Jimmy John's hat. Paid $2.50 for it, and I really only did that because it's a quantity listing. I have 5 of these, and then I have 5 of a different writer. And so it was easy to do these, and they have a pretty decent sell-through rate. We make about $6 or so off of each one that sells. This one from Chase Sexton, it sold for $9.89 plus shipping. We've got Godzilla. Our last Godzilla figure is finally headed out. I sent an offer on this guy. It was, I don't remember what percentage off, 8% off or something. I sent an offer out, and he was picked up. $32.37 plus shipping for Godzilla. And then this is the one that I actually just listed yesterday afternoon. It's from doTERRA. They make the essential oils. I got this earlier, last summer. So it's been about a year. I don't want to pull it all out, but it's a little storage or display box, and you can see acacia wood, I guess is what it is. It's very, very nice and still new in here. And I got this along with a whole bunch of essential oils and that sort of thing. Made a bulk buy from this lady, and this kind of disappeared into my death pile. I discovered it yesterday and thought, you know what, I should list that thing. And it sold, guys. It sold really quickly, and it sold for full asking price. Now, there's a lot of doTERRA boxes that don't sell for quite as much. A lot of them, they sell pretty well. They sell for about 20 bucks or so. But this one with the nicer wood, and it's got different drawers, and it's brand new, it sold for a pretty good amount. $60.79 plus shipping. And shipping's not cheap because the thing weighs about 3.5 pounds. So very happy to find that and sell it almost immediately. And this morning, Friday, just 5 going out. I haven't been listing a ton this week because we're getting ready for our vintage market, our booth. So that's sort of what my focus has been on this week. And so that's probably why sales are a little bit down. I just haven't been listing a ton. But it's actually good that I don't have that many to worry about this morning because I have to get over there and start setting up. So it actually works out. I'm glad we only had a few this morning, weirdly. First thing here, we've got our second Amazon Fire Stick going out. I told you these would sell pretty quickly and not worth a ton just as they are, and they're older, but they sell very quickly, and so it was worth the small investment on these. $9.98 plus shipping. For that, I'll profit there. Over here, this is our last battle backbone. It's a football pad for youth football players, and that one is going out for $22.39 plus shipping. We've got an international sale here, actually 2 international sales. This only lasted a couple of days. It's a size 3X Ezekiel Elliott jersey. Somebody in Australia really liked this thing because they paid $87.62 to have me send it down under. That, do the math, it comes out to about $59.60 bucks is what we're talking there. Then we've got a Coors Light Silver Bullet Vintage hat. It's got the rope across the front. Cool look on it. That one also going to Australia. $53.40 Australian dollars. That comes out to about 36 bucks or so. And then this is from an old Mark's set. It's for the figure Geronimo. And I didn't have a complete set of accessories, but it's got a lot of them. You could part this out individually and sell just the mask and just the hat and, you know, all of that. And that would sell eventually, but I wasn't interested in all these pieces sitting around forever, selling them for a couple bucks at a time. So I landed them all up, and this set sold for 24 bucks plus shipping. Yeah, just a pretty slow weekend. Slowest weekend, lowest dollar weekend we've had in some time. But when you don't list, guys, things aren't going to sell. And so it was a little bit of a self-inflicted wound on my part. I think it was probably worth it, considering how we did at the vintage market and what we learned there. And I think we'll go back and do it again. So I think it was a beneficial thing, but I will have to plan to have some stuff in the queue ready to go to get listed next time to keep eBay alive. But it's probably nice that it's a little bit slow too, so I can kind of recover. We did sell a Christmas item this weekend. Rudolph, and he plays. I just picked this thing up 2 weekends ago, actually. Paid $1 for him. And Rudolph is going out for $15.79 plus shipping. Not bad, Rudy. Now I've got a pair. Well, look, I grabbed... I'm going to have to get the right pair of sandals. I grabbed 2 mismatched sandals out. This is the one I want. So I got to go grab the mate to that one. We sold a pair of Keen sandals. Those went out for $24.96 plus shipping. We've got a New York Yankees vintage visor going out. Very cool vintage look. This sold for $15.79 plus shipping. Mickey Mouse. It's the history of Mickey. So there's today's Mickey. 1941, and they're all embroidered on there. Pretty cool. We've got Sorcerer Mickey from 1940, Brave Little Tailor Mickey, 1938, and Mickey's Follies, 1929. Steamboat Willie on the front there as well. We didn't see him. So the start and today, pretty cool hat. And I think I got him off of a Whatnot auction from Frizzy's Finds. I think that's where Mickey came from. And he sold for $14.84 plus shipping. We've got a Coke Girl going out. This one is called A Delightful Refresher with Coca-Cola. So she's pretty cool. She's got the certificate of authenticity. I sent out an offer on that one that was accepted, $21 and a nickel. So that's going out. We've got a viewer sale, actually a lot of viewer sales, because we have some ducks coming up as well. We'll clear the table and we'll get to the ducks. But the B copy, because I had 2 of them. I think that's the right one I grabbed. I'll double check. But Mighty Mouse, #1. It's a Batman parody, really. And I think there was 6 or 8 of them. I can't remember now. But this #1. And this is headed out to our good friend Lad, the 5-point flipper, back grabbing stuff out of the store, and I sure appreciate it. Grabbed not only this, but a couple other things, and I got to figure out how to best pack all that stuff so that I can get you some shipping back. We've got this. We've got a pair of VHS. They could go media mail, but the comic book cannot. So we got to figure that out. We've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then TMNT #3 on VHS. I guess I should tell you that the Mighty Mouse, we struck a deal on that one of $5 plus shipping, and then for the set of the 2 VHS, it's $5.49. And then Lad also picked up the Hulkbuster. That one I got from Old School Flips. I got it from Jimmy. That one also came from Whatnot. You can source on Whatnot, guys. You can do well on there. $15 plus shipping for the Hulkbuster. So I'll figure out how we can best pack these things and keep them protected. And we'll get you some of that shipping back for sure. Got a pair of pins going out, a red and white checkered flag and a USA flag pin, both going to the same customer. $6 plus shipping for the pair of those. Then we've got a little bone china dachshund. Trying to get it so you can see him. He's just laying down, loving life right there. Not super valuable, but that's okay. I like selling this little stuff, and we sold a lot of little stuff this weekend, frankly. This, I actually accepted an offer of $6 plus shipping. We've got the great courses. When you're looking at garage sales, estate sales, keep an eye out for that right there. That's the symbol. It'll be on it. Very often it comes with a DVD and a book. Sometimes you'll find them still new and sealed that they never took out. Some of them sell for great money and sell very, very quickly. This one took a while. This one's not great, but Alexander the Great and the Macedonian Empire from the Great Courses. This is an international sale. It's headed up to Canada. $53.24 Canadian is what we got for that. And then I'm not going to take him out, but you can look at the picture when we flash it up here, because we've got a Dale Earnhardt car. Get it to focus. There you go. It's the Stars and Stripes, and it's autographed. One of just 2,500, so relatively rare in the die-cast universe. And this one is pretty solid. I did send out, I got to dust that thing off. Look at that. I sent out an offer on this one that was accepted this morning, and so we're going to get this out as well. $140.24 plus shipping. Let's clear these things out and take a look at the ducks. All right, let's get going on the ducks, or let's get quacking on the ducks, I guess, right? We got a, wow, yeah, I said it. We've got a Minecraft duck, couple of Minecraft ducks headed out today, actually. This one is going to Kevin, the green guy. Thank you very much, Kevin. We got a larger, I called him the happy duck. He kind of looks like he's smiling, I think. And Lewis picked up the large happy duck. Now, I decided to say that this one was the drag duck. I don't know. He could be a Mardi Gras duck. He's either angry or tired. I'm not sure what's going on with this duck. But he's headed out to Gianni. So thank you so much for that. And then a trio here. A little big-headed duck. I mean, he's got a big noggin. Then we got another Minecraft duck heading out, the yellow one. And then the little chick. And these are headed out to Ryan. So, Ryan, thank you so much. Just 3 as we work to get the store back on track. Not a whole lot going out today. We've got a vintage corduroy Coors Light hat. Doesn't look great there, needs a little bit of reshaping, but it's in good condition overall, and it's sold for $15.99 plus shipping. Then we've got back here one of our vintage pins, Boss 302, a low dollar sale, but this is a quantity listing. I've got a ton of these listed, and so I got an offer on this one. So I countered back, and they did accept that one. $625 free shipping. I think I still have 12 of those left. And then we've got this guy. Yeah, that's not English, that's Russian. I don't know why I found it here, though. I've had this thing for at least 2 years. It's a Russian fairy tale of some kind on VHS tape, still sealed. And I thought, you know what, this is weird. I think I found this at Goodwill 2-3 years ago. And I thought, this is weird enough that at some point somebody's going to come along and want this. But it is definitely long tail, because how many people get on eBay and do a search for Russian language VHS tape? I can't imagine very many. But guess what? It found its buyer, as most things on eBay eventually do. The fairy tale Frozen, new and sealed from 1999, sold for $31.99 plus shipping. So here's the spot, guys. This is what it looks like now. Got to bring in another table. Hey, look, there she is. Got to bring in another table to go across here. I probably overestimated. I misestimated. So not as much room as I thought, but we're going to certainly fill it up now. Maybe a bigger spot next year if this thing works out. But other people in here already setting up. I feel like we're way behind, and we were only like 20 minutes late. So this whole place will be full here pretty soon. I'll show you as we go along. But we're getting there. Look, we have tables and stuff is getting set up. So we're getting there. But you can see these other people clearly have done this before. We're probably the only ones here that have never done this. They got all the walls, they got shelves. This lady's already set up, basically. But we're gonna get there. Look at that. I'll show you when it's all set up, but we've got the toy table kind of set up. I think it looks kind of cool. We're gonna try and put another table back here. Say hi. And then we're working on this one. All right, so after that, see, we're getting there. We got the toys, and I got some comics over there. And of course, I mean, it takes up a lot of inventory space, but hopefully he'll sell and we can fill it. And you can see him from everywhere in this place, I think. So we're gonna be the Chewbacca booth. I don't know, I like it. All right, well, I think we are pretty much done, minus some finishing touches. We're going to add some stuff right there in that hole. That's not here yet, but our toy table is all set up. Look at Barney up there with all the G.I. Joe and GoBot. I think he fits well, right? Got Barbie corner over here. We got some Joes blowing out comics at $1 a piece. And then, of course, Chewbacca. Let's see, these, you might remember these from that recent garage sale. And over here, my donut and coffee. I don't know. I think it works out. And then maybe the best of this whole thing, well, there we've got the Testicle Festival down there. And then maybe the best, how about that? Looks good, right? Mm-hmm. And here we are finished, guys. It just opened up. We actually sold one ghost blow mold. I replaced him with a haunted house, and now the haunted house sold to another vendor, both of them to vendors, before we actually opened. So, and we sold a Santa. So blow mold's hot before we even open up. But I think it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. We'll see how we do.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so you saw what I was selling, and you saw how we how we set up the booth. I think it turned out pretty well. I'm very happy with it, and it's finding another stream of income, you know, another way to sell. And it also opens up sort of a new path in some ways, because I can see things now that I can look at and go, you know what? I don't want to ship that. I don't want to necessarily store that long term, that sort of thing. But if I've got a show coming up, I could buy it for that, because there is one coming up in mid-November. Now, there's actually one coming up from a different person, a different company running it in very late September, like the last weekend of September. Maybe we look at that one as well. You know, so I think this is going to open up a new pathway for us to move some of our items. We did pretty well at this one, learned some lessons. I think I know how to streamline things a little bit better now in terms of setting up and how to set things up, even how to tear things down and move them out a little bit more quickly. There are some lessons there. Some of the things that I thought would move really didn't. And some of the last minute, I'll try this. Those moved quickly and really well. So talking with a few different vendors at the thing, and, you know, I think I got some good information from them. And actually one of them just across the way from us, because we went pretty heavy with toys. I had some other random stuff there, a lot of vintage things, but I decided to sort of attack that niche because I hadn't really seen it done at other shows that I stopped at. And I think it worked for us. And she said, you know what, I see you do toys. Do you do video games? Turns out she sells a lot of different stuff, but she doesn't really do that sort of thing. And turns out they've got an entire room at their house that's Nintendo, guys. It's not, they don't have a bookshelf with some Nintendo games. They've got a collection. And her husband sent her on her phone a little, I guess, a walkthrough. It was like a 45-second video. It's a room, ceiling to floor in some spots, of games, of systems, of other Nintendo accessories and stuff like that. It's there's some money there. There's a lot of money there. And so I may be hearing from her to purchase and then sell that collection. I also had another guy that stopped in and said, hey, I've got a bunch of comics and some other anime type stuff. Are you interested in something like that? I said, well, you know, yeah. I mean, worst thing I can say is no after I come and look at it, right? And he said, yeah, I'll take your card. Good thing to have business cards. And I may hear from him. So this opened up some doors as well to potential sourcing opportunities. So I think it was a very good thing. And I hope that we're going to continue to reap the benefits of this thing down the road. So I think in the long run, it was worth me focusing on getting ready for the show for a few days and then running the show and not listing on eBay. The eBay store died out for those few days, but I think in the long run, it was worth it. Now I just got to get eBay back on its feet and do a little bit better next time of planning stuff ahead of time so that I can keep the store going as well. I appreciate everybody stopping by for this one. Appreciate everybody that swung by over the weekend on Sunday evening for the Whatnot auction as well. G.I. Joe figures at that, and that was very successful, and I had a lot of time. I had a lot of fun. I'm still tired. I'm still trying to catch up on sleep. Not only did we have this whole thing, the Avs play in the first round of the playoffs on the West Coast. They're all very late. They went to overtime last night. I'm very tired. Who knows the way it's going? They might not make it out of the first round, and I'm going to catch up on sleep the next little bit. Well, we'll see. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I got to get going. I got to get some listings up. We'll see you.